TFL program, Training for Life, where there are no prerequisites to this program.
Yeah.
Anyone can essentially come in and do it. We essentially have said the training adaptations from a strength training perspective are only ever going to be muscle endurance, hypertrophy, and maybe we'll dip into some strength endurance, but probably not. And that's easy because that immediately that defines your rep ranges.
Well, you've now got these parameters to work within, right?
You don't need to be doing strength training sets anything really under 30 seconds because we know that the people doing that program are not going to be able to elicit a strength response because their training age isn't high enough. Whereas you go to the compete program, or ignore elite because that's not a group it's not a class program. But when you look at something like the compete program, well, like these guys are training for the sport of CrossFit. We need to be exposing them to 1 rep maxes, 20 rep maxes, and everything in between. And then, when we look at our perform program, the heaviest we're probably going to go for those guys is sometimes we'll test some 1 RMs, but generally we're hovering around the kind of 2, 3, 4, 5 RMs for those guys because we know that that's their training age and we've got to think about that. So, those are things that the rep schemes and taking into account someone's training age is super important.
But that all came, I remember the conversation with TFL because it didn't happen that long ago when we sat here and we sat with the whiteboard and it's like, who is it that we're trying to serve? What's their avatar? And what's the parameters that we want to work with? And once we got that up on the board, it just became so much easier for Coach Lottie to then take that information and go and write a great program.
Yes.